Okay, I just wanted to make a video about Fusion360 and specifically lofting. So I learnt a few things in making this model that I didn't know before, and maybe it will help some of you. So we're going to create a new sketch, just make some random shapes. I'm going to make a new sketch on this plane, and I'm going to make a center diameter circle, 100mm diameter, 80mm inside diameter. Then we're going to finish the sketch and I'm going to make an offset plane. So I'm going to select here, just drag it out however far you want to go. So I've dragged it out 150mm from the center. I'm going to create a new sketch on that plane, and then we can maybe come up with a 2-point rectangle, a center rectangle. So we could do also like 100 by 100, and then could offset that by, let's say, 20mm. Doesn't have to be the same as the first one. So finish the sketch and one more sketch. So I'm going to make a fit point spline from the center points of each of these rectangles and the circle. And you'll notice that the spline is just straight right now. So we're going to just make a line just to go out. Going to repeat the line to do the same thing down here. And okay. Now we can use the tangent tool. We can select the line so you can see what we're kind of doing. And we're going to make a tangent to this one. We're going to do that again, just to this one. So it's a smooth transition between these two places. Now I'm going to select OK and left click on this spline, then right click and select Insert Spline Fit Point. So you can insert it pretty much anywhere that you want. You might want to kind of make a weird shape to get around some obstruction or something like that. So now that we have this, I'm going to right click and select OK, so I can select that spline fit point, and then when it's selected I can hit M on my keyboard to bring up the move command and just move it. I won't go too far, otherwise the transition will kind of buckle a little bit and I might give an error. So I'm just going to move it 10mm. Okay. So now we can finish this sketch. We can create a loft between these two profiles, and the guide type we're going to want to hit center line, so we can trace along this path. You can see that it transitions from the circle to the square. You also notice that it's a solid, it's not actually carving out the center or anything like that. So the way I found, we'll make this a new component. Like, even if you hit close, I'm not really sure what the purpose of selecting closed is, but it doesn't seem to do anything. So we're just gonna leave it at that, and then we have this shape. But I really want this to be like a manifold, right? I want to have a hollow section with a even wall thickness. So we're gonna do that again and select loft between this profile. Make sure you select the inside profiles. So it's actually going to cut. Now again, we have to select this spline, so I'm going to hide the model so we can see the spline and select the center line guide type again. So now we can make this object visible and it changes back over to a cut. And you can see here that the wall thickness is very uniform, and that looks good, so we're going to click OK. And so there you have it, a way that you can maybe double check the the wall thickness. I haven't really found a good way to do this, but you could use section analysis. Right here you can like rotate that and bring it down and just make sure that there's no strange features going on. So another way that you could do it, this is kind of a bit weird, but you can like just left click, hold down shift to select the inside walls. That way you can kind of see through the part a little bit and gives you a rough idea of what's going on inside the part, because you might not necessarily be able to like see through the part and stuff like that. So, and the third way would just be to change the opacity down to like say 40%, and that way you can kind of see through the part. I hope this kind of helped, and yeah, if you have any questions or suggestions, or if you want more videos or anything, just let me know. Thanks.